Happy Friday, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this 19th day of April in the year 2024 with my dear friend Tony Mondaro, the longtime director of the Harrison Weather Center, the founder of the Harrison Weather Center. Tony, it's always a pleasure to be back with you. How's it going today?
Oh, very nice, Kev. We're loving this 56-degree weather with the other day in the weather center and that high heat of 82 degrees on Monday. Before we came on the air, we were just talking about how we almost lost computers on Monday due to the
Ow.
temperature in the weather center being near or almost at 100 degrees.
Oh my goodness. All right. So the question is, I presume the air conditioners are not in the window, right? Is that right? Or
No, still the fan blowing in, and we're back to a normal temperature up there. What a crazy beginning of the week.
82 degrees on a Monday or whatever day that was, and I was in my glories.
Monday.
But
Yeah.
it's not going to be anywhere near that, right? In the coming weeks, with these the next few days or next week at all, or am I misspeaking as usual?
No, no, you're correct. The end of April, and I guess the next big holiday we have to worry about is Mother's Day coming up. Another couple weeks.
Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up in a couple of weeks. For my mother, it's 2 days before she leaves for Aruba, so she's really excited about it. I wouldn't mind going to Aruba this time of year, that's for sure. So,
Kevin,
so
have you ever been to Aruba?
I have not, but you have, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely go. It's very, very nice. I couldn't believe it. I was there back in the '90s, but even back then, it was amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
did you stay in a resort or something like that, or a hotel? How did that work?
We were at the Hyatt there, and it was kind of brand new. It was nice. Yeah, we really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was really nice. We were there for maybe about 5 days.
5 days. Were you on a cruise, or was it a just a regular
No,
trip?
it was a regular trip, and we flew in on it's about 4.5 hour flight, and yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. Carol Manley is in the chat room, and she's saying that she loves Aruba. Her son-in-law, Alan, who I know you know, Alan Ford, and her daughter,
Sure.
Donna, are like adopted Arubans. I'm pretty sure they go so often. They have their own place that they visit. They go to all the time. So I don't know. I'll tell you what. I think they have it the right way. You have it the right way, and Carol has it the right way. So I got to get myself down there soon. It sounds right.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So what are we looking at this week, Tone? Was it going to be a good week? Is it going to be cold? Going to be warm?
Well, Kev, I think for the rest of the day, the clouds will be battling with the sun with temperatures today. I think near 60 degrees. It's going to be chilly. Tonight, some rain showers coming in as we deal with another front in the area. That front crosses the area by tomorrow morning. Temperatures overnight will be in the 40s, and high temperatures may again kiss near 60 degrees on Saturday. Going to start off kind of nasty, kind of raw, but sun returns in the afternoon with the front and a nice little northwest wind at 15 to 25 miles per hour. If you had, say, Tony, what's the best day of the weekend? Circle Sunday. Temperatures will be near in the upper 50s to the low 60s with plenty of sun. And going through the rest of next week, Wednesday looks like the next front is due in. And so Monday and Tuesday look like nice days with temperatures in the 60s. Some rain showers on Wednesday, again in the 60s. And Kevin, more like fall than late spring with temperatures on Thursday only in the 50s with sun returning. So it looks like
Wow.
the cool weather, thankfully for me, is here. We only get another few more weeks, I think, of this. Maybe this week and next, and then you start looking at temperatures, rebounding into the 70s and 80s, as we get into May.
As we're approaching the end, it's the 19th of April right now. Are 60s normal, or are we below normal? Where are we right now?
In the 60s would be around normal, near 70, even in the low 70s right now. That's like the normal temperatures. The normal last frost or freeze is approaching. Is in late April, so April 28th to 30th. but we don't have on the radar. We don't have any temperatures, at least right in our immediate metro area. Temperatures in the 30s. Your mom could still see 30s out
Yeah,
there, even as far as into maybe the first week of June, right? She can
yeah.
go into that late. That's probably if Nick Stefano was online. He's the Sussex County weather expert. He could probably tell us exactly. But I think you even risk 30s there, even into May and the first week of June in Sussex County at the higher elevations.
Oh yeah, I've experienced it. They're about 1,000 feet above sea level, so it's no surprise, I guess, that it could be in the 30s in June, in the early morning hours, especially. So, it's always hit or miss, but she'll be excited because I think she's going to be in Aruba. Well, I don't know. That's the last 2 weeks of May, but Sean McDonald is reminding me that I
Right.
mispronounced Aruba too. It's Aruba. If you're from Jersey City or New York, you have to say Aruba. So I missed it. Sorry.
Right.
It's
There you
true, though.
go.
You know
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. But yeah, it's crazy stuff. So weather here, I don't think too bad, but still, for those who want to plant, I would give it another week or so. Around Mother's Day, I think it's safe to put in your tomato plants and stuff like that. The soil temperatures are still around 55 degrees, so give it another couple of weeks or two. Lawns are fine if you want to reseed and stuff like that, but I wouldn't trust any plants yet. And for those, it's a little late this time the year, to be play. Yeah, it has snowed. Not too many years ago, it snowed into the first week of May in this area around Mother's Day. But for those who like to, like me and my daughter Teresa Rose likes to play, is this play the snowflake game. So what we'll do, if it's going to be raining here, we'll go up 80 to 15, but now Route 10, which is a little safer way. Because if you
Right.
Kev, if you go up Route 15, you go up Maze Mountain.
Oh
And
yeah.
sometimes you're going to have rain at the base of that mountain, but as you climb the mountain, it turns to snow. And if they're not out there treating the road, that top of that mountain could be pretty slippery. So those of you who like to see snow later, early, in the year, take Route 10 up. You got many traffic lights on Route 10. Make the left on Dover Chester Road at the Morris Sussex Turnpike. That's around 1,200 feet. Right. The changeover is just west of Parsippany. You'll see that demarcation line.
Yeah, yeah. And amen to what you said about 15. I never like driving up that, especially going northbound in the winter. It can be very, very scary because there's a lot of twists. The incline is ridiculously steep, and they're not always the roads aren't always treated right away, especially if it's in the early stages of a weather event. So, truly, but you will see it, right? That's the bottom line. That time, this
Yeah,
time,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Now, how about the
Yeah, I've
lawn?
actually seen it.
Sorry.
Well, the one's doing good. Everything's doing fine. Yeah, we're doing really good with that.
I'm sorry, Tony. We have a little bit of a delay today, so I apologize that I stepped on you a couple of times. It was not intentional, but the lawn's doing okay. That's what matters.
Absolutely. And Kevin Canessa, you can step on me anytime you want.
I'm sorry. If you're just joining us, Tony Mondaro's with us here for his regular weekly spot. Um, White Castle Saturday, yes, no, maybe?
Yes, definitely,
Yes.
definitely be in this week. The White Castle there up on in Route 17 there, and my Lowe's run. Gonna be a busy Saturday for Tony.
Good. And you can let Margaret and oh God, I'm drawing a blank on the second woman's name. Margaret and what's the other one's name?
It's a tag team of Margaret and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, thank you. Please let them know we love them, even though I've never met them. But I'm going to come up there one Saturday with you to meet them. That's for damn sure.
We should interview him and have him on.
Oh heck yeah! We'll do it right on the spot. We'll bring the phone or the camera, and we'll just do it right there. Nice spot, and then we could chow down on some sliders afterwards, which would probably make the weekend even better. So
Sounds good. You want to give us the hockey update, Kev, while we're here? How's your Devils are
yeah,
out, and what's
yeah.
the next steps?
The dumbass Devils are done. They are not in the playoffs after winning 100 after a 112-point season 1 year ago, where they beat the Rangers in the first round. But this year we have to contend with the Rangers and the Islanders both being in the playoffs. The Rangers kick off their series Sunday against the Washington Capitals, and the Islanders kick off their series in Carolina Saturday afternoon, 5 p.m. two very interesting series right there because the Islanders had fewer wins than the Devils did this year. But because of the overtime points that I was telling you about, the Islanders had more and they were in the playoffs this year. Whether they can beat Carolina, I don't know. The Rangers, on the other hand, they won the President's Trophy for the most points in the NHL. They should steamroll through the Capitals. But Washington has a player by the name of Alex Ovechkin, who, though he is at 36 years of age right now, is still one of the greatest scorers of all time. So anything can happen in the playoffs. Ideally, we will see the Rangers win that series and the Islanders win because in round two, that would mean those two play each other. And as far as rivalries go in the NHL, it doesn't get much better than Rangers and Islanders. So that would be a tremendous, tremendous second round matchup if we can get it. And this, of course, comes on the heel of the Mets, which you and I are both a fan of. Like, did you even see this coming, Tony?
I say, am I dreaming? What's going
Right?
on? My God, it's like it was day and night. It was like, what's going on here? And hey, if they grab a wild card and they do better than expected, I'm not a big David Stearns fan, but hey, my hat's off to them if they pull this off. And this is a year, as you know, they weren't expected really to do too much of anything.
Right.
Where really, I think there's more pressure on the Yankees, on Lisa's Yankees, to do better because of having Soto and just thinking when they get Cole back. They're supposed to get Cole back later on this year?
Yeah, I think originally the plan was the end of May, but they keep. I've seen conflicting reports. Some say it's going to happen. Others say he's going to need more time. So I don't
Yeah.
know. They they have not played good baseball, and of all the people, Aaron Judge has probably had among the worst seasons so far, which is not what I think anybody was expecting. But you said it about the pressure. That's the one thing I like about this 2024 Mets team. The expectations are zero, just the way they were in 2015 when they got to the World Series. And I think sometimes, people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter if their expectations are high or low. You're in New York, you got to play and win." I think when the expectations are tempered, anytime you play in New York, it helps, and that's so far what we've seen. I mean, and they 12-10 now, and they head out to L.A. where they will play the Dodgers tonight at 10 o'clock. So let's see what happens out there. If they come back there and they win 5 out of 6 with the Dodgers and the Giants, I'll believe.
Yeah, people were saying they would be happy if they come back with like what are they out there for 8 games or something? They come back like 4-4, or they come back even, or just maybe with a little bit of a winning record, they'll be happy with that. So we'll see how they
Absolutely.
do. Well, traditionally they don't do too bad out west.
No, they've had good some success. I think it's the Dodgers and the Giants, but I don't want to be held to that for sure. It could be the Padres. But no matter what, a 500 road stand in California out west would be a welcome surprise, one that I would take with open arms, even though people would say no, that's not good enough. If you're just joining us, Tony Mondaro is with us.
Absolutely.
Yep. Tony, we have we have an announcement to make too. We are going to switch up our day, right?
Absolutely. But before that announcement, we want to tell everybody to like and subscribe. It's very important for our numbers and for our viewership. If you guys can just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, that would be really much appreciated.
Thank you.
And yes, folks, we're going to be moving our little show here to Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. It's going to be really nice there. The PM version, the adult version, not that adult, but the adult version of Kevin Canessa and Tony Mondaro, bringing you the weekend weather and maybe even possibly a little bit more.
I would say that that's a very good possibility that we'll see a little bit more than just that, and maybe we could be a little less formal or whatever the word is. I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but we will certainly have a good time doing that. On the way out here, anything else big this weekend, or just a typical Tony Mondaro Saturday, Sunday at the Harrison Weather Center?
Yeah, this is a typical weekend this weekend, Kevin, and in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to see if we can pull this off. I'll be out in Columbus, Ohio, as my godson graduates Ohio State University, and maybe we can do our show from there that Thursday night. We'll see if everything cooperates. We'll do a little bit of a test there. But yeah, a little travel for me. This is 4 years in the making. David, proud of him. And there's Mayor Pronte, great guy. Had lunch with Mayor the other day. It was we had a good time. It was good stuff, and great to see you, Dan, as always.
Indeed, and I'm still not over what he did on Sunday last week with the dedication of the Joseph Seals Memorial Park at Fisher Field. What a tremendous, tremendous honor for Joe Seals. And when you get people like Dan Pronti who just get it, isn't that what we said just last week? And we seem to be saying all the time, there are certain leaders who just get it. And in this case, Dan is that guy that we're talking about right now, because that was such a tremendous ceremony. So many people were there too. I was amazed to see that field. It was loaded with people. It was a great experience, Tone.
Well, I'll tell you something, Kev. Well, I said to the mayor the other day when we were sitting having lunch, I said, Mayor, what's really nice is what you do for the families in town and what you do for the community in town. And I told him I wouldn't be surprised that he would have as much as long or longer run than Frank Rogers or Harrison. Now, he's got a ways to go for that. But it wouldn't shock me if it was just the way he is and just the way he really cares about the community. And a lot of Dan and Carol and our Mayor Fife and Harrison, but really I think out of the three, Dan really stands out, and I'm proud. I'm proud of that. I'm proud to work for the borough because of that ethic that he has.
He might not admit this, but could you ever see Governor Dan Pronti? I know I could, although I'm sure he would rather stay locally. But I could certainly see him as a governor if he ever wanted to get into that part of the political realm.
He would make great strides for this state and be welcome to see something like that.
Amen. Amen. So, Tone, like you do every week, why don't you sign us off? And the next time we'll be together will be in 6 days on Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Absolutely. For my good friend Kevin Canessa, which as you both know, we both love White Castle hamburgers now. This is Tony Mondaro saying, have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next Thursday night at 7.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Tone.